So there are two ways of creating a company. The first one is like why we are creating a company. Let's say if your company was maintaining the accounts or in the physical ledgers, like the registers and everything manually, like in the books or something, or maybe they were using some other accounting software and now they are switching to QuickBooks. So both of these scenarios are wherein you want to create a company in QuickBooks, because QuickBooks software is yours, but it does not know the name of your company. So you need to update all of those information in the QuickBooks. So how you can do that? There are two ways of creating a company. The first way is just directly go from here, file, and then you can just simply say new company, or you can select create a new company from this place. So all of both of these options will be working. So if you don't have this screen, don't worry. Go here, click file and new company, and then you are on this screen. Okay. So the next thing is click here and you are again on the same screen. So that's how you can come to this screen. Once you are here, of course, once you are doing it for a company, you'll be selecting here. For myself, I am the admin. But let's say let's say if you are an accountant, or let's say if you don't have the admin password, but you are doing it for a company, you can also select here for someone else. I'm creating a company file on behalf of the admin. So both of these will work. For right now, what we are selecting here is I'm creating the company file on behalf of the admin, right? Select it. And then there are two ways of the same way, like you come to this screen using two ways, either selecting the file or creating a new company from the desktop. The other way, moving forward from here, is again the two ways. Either you can click the start setup, that will be the quick setup. Like it will only ask you for the name of the company, type of the company, and of course, you can say the business type of the company. So the three things, if you type here, it will be done. But let's say if you want to go with the more advanced option, which requires a lot of details, then you'll be going with the advanced setup. So let's select both of these. Let's select both of these one by one. So let's go with the start setup. Click start setup, and then you see you just need to put the business name, the industry, the business type, and the admin's email. That's it. So let's say if you are going with the business name, then let me type here. Just to give you the idea, I'm just creating one dummy company here, Raza Electronics, right? And maybe this company is, let me see. And let's say if I don't know what type of industries are available, I can always select help me choose. And it will open the list of companies. So let me see if something available for this type of business. So I can see here, let's say information technology, this one, click OK. So once I select the type of like industry, then whether this is owned by one person, many person, partnership, so this will be discussed in the business type. So I click it, and let's say this is the sole establishment, sole proprietorship. I select it, and then here it requires the like admin's password or admin's email. I can type it here, and then I can move forward. So right now I already have an account with the QuickBooks, so it will allow me to use my email address. So let me show you here. Right? So you can type this email address or whatever you want to create, or you can work with it. Let me type some other email address. So once you type the email address here, it will be accepted, and then you can move with the create company, and it will work. So let me type here my email address. Right? And then you can just simply say create company. So it's a desktop, so it will be creating company on my desktop.
Yes, it will be. That your little sister gave you a doll.
Let me pause the recording so now you can see system is started to open the company. Like the company is already created, and now it's opening in front of me. So I have selected the company you can just simply start working, and all of these things that system wants to show me, I can just close them one by one, because it will be telling me the new, like if they have any promotion or something. So they will be giving us all of those things. So we just need to select or close all of them and then simply start working. And here is my window. So now you can see, I cannot see it because of the meeting video, but I know that on the top it will be showing Raza Electronics as the name of the company. And here I can start working with the exercise. One thing, because I have created it as a IT company, if you click the chart of account, and then you will see all the different type of, as a like IT company, hardware, software selling, and all those type of different type of stuff, which is relevant to the softwares or hardwares are appearing here. So whenever you are creating a company, QuickBooks will take care of the vanilla sort of company, different account heads, so that you don't need to create by yourself. But let's say if you want to make any changes, you can always go here. Let's say if I not be doing the software selling, I'll select it. I can right click, and either I can edit it with some other item, or I can delete this account. The same way, it will go all the way until downside, like a lot of expenses, income, uh, cost of goods sold, all of these things that we are using or that we have learned, like for the accounting, uh, like for the balance sheet and income statement, are appearing here. So you can use them. The next part is, let's say we have created this company, but of course we know one more thing is we have not updated a lot of information. Let's say we have not updated the company details. So you can always go to my company here, and then you can just update. Let's say I have only created this company. I have not updated the phone number, email, website, other information. I can always click the edit button here, and I can update these information. So contact information, legal information, company identification like EIN, and report information, what type of reports I'll be following, payroll and tax, all of these things are appearing here. I can update all of them if I want to. So even you have created with very few information, like the name of the company, of course, the type of the company, like the business type of the company, and the type of the company, like whether it's an ownership or a partnership or an LLC type of business. So you just select basic three questions, and you can create the company. And from here onward, you can start working. So this is one way of creating a company. The second part is a little bit lengthy. So we start working with that way of creating a company in the next phase. So let me pause the recording, and so I'm just pausing it, and then I'll be starting from or let's do it. So let me close this company, because of course I am not using it. Close company. And then now let's create a company as per the book. Okay. So again, we know that there are two ways of creating a company. Either we can go from file and then click new, or we can select the create a company from here. Both of these will work. So click it. Once you click it, again, we are creating it for either for myself or for someone else. Right now we are selecting it for someone else, and click start setup. So now we are, sorry, I again start with the basic one. So now we'll be doing with the advanced one, wherein we will be going with a lot of details before starting the company. So let's say if your company is already working and maintaining the details in the Excel sheets or something, this process will help you in updating all of the most of the information right from the scratch directly once you are updating the company. So let me start with the advanced setup. So here you can see the items which are marked as the star, red color. These are the one which needs to be updated. The same way when we were updating the quick setup, there are some items which are marked with the star. We only updated those items, and system can create the company, or the QuickBooks software can update the company. The same way, if you are working with the advanced setup, only the items that are marked in red with the star sign, these are the one which needs to be updated. So let's start working with this one. Name of the company is DJ Rhythms. So let's start working with the name of the company. DJ RHYTHMS. Just 1 minute. The name of the company is DJ Rhythms, and then the legal name will be the same. So I can just simply copy paste. You see, QuickBooks is very much right click friendly. You can just select it and then right click, copy, and you can also use the abbreviation like Control V for pasting. and Control C for copying. So Control V is for pasting. And then for this one, the tax ID is 111 22 000 111 22 4 times 0. And then the street address is 60 North 4th Street, right? And then the city is Brooklyn, state New York, and the zip code is 11249, right? So, and then we have the phone number, which is 718 347 and then 2100. So once you have updated this part, then you need to update the email address, which is, and again, you see, these none of these are mandatory. Like if you don't have these information, you can skip these parts. So email address is Fernando at djrhythms.com, and then the website is www.djrhythms.com. So here you have updated this information. You can simply say next. If you want to go back, just click back. If you want to go forward, you can click next. So the next topic is what type of industry will it be? So this will be a general service based. If any of these topics will not match, you have two items at the end of the page, which is general product based business or general service based in business. So you can select any of these. Right now, as per the exercise, we are working with the general service based business. Select it, click next. And then the next topic is like what type of business it is, like owned by one person. And then it has given us that what type of like tax form will it be, or what type of form will it be for the establishment or the type of company. So sole establishment when there is only one partner, partnership when there's more than like one partner, like there may be two or more partners. LLC are registered companies. The only thing is like they are called limited liability companies. Then the corporations, single corporation, and then there are some non-profit companies which we have, like the examples are Kaiser, most of the schools I think, and the hospitals are coming under the umbrella of non-profit. And if your company does not follow any of these, you can also select other none, and then you can work with it. But normally what we are working with, the sole proprietorship companies or the partnership or the LLC companies. So these are the three mostly common use companies we are using. It depends what type of company type is. Like you are not creating the company by yourself. You will see the owner of the company or the partners of the company or the directors or shareholders of the company will give you the details about it. Like it's not like you create by yourself. It is the type of company that is that information will be given to you by the company itself. And based on the type of the company, you will select the radio button. These circle buttons are actually called the radio buttons. So you can select which type of company is it, and then you can move forward. So once you select, let's say for this exercise, we are selecting sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship means one person. So if the company is partnership, then just to give you the idea, uh, when it comes to loan, so when it comes to the sole proprietorship, the person who is owning the company will be responsible for all the loans. When it comes to partnership, every partner is responsible for the loan, singly or you can say singly or jointly. So let's say if one person, the company has taken a loan of $100. So there are two partners. So if one person, technically each person will be paying as per their share in the business. Let's say 30-70 or 40-40, 40-60 or 50-50. But let's say if one person does not have money to pay back, then based on this partnership, because we don't like the lender does not know the company. They will be asking money the entirely. So if one cannot pay, the other one needs to pay the entire amount. Like the 100% will be paid by the other person. So always remember that partnership is something when the two partners are running the business, but once the company takes a loan, both of them are liable to pay that loan singly or severally, like either together or one by one as well. But of course, the loan amount will not go beyond the loan value, or you can say repayment amount will not go beyond the loan value. Depends on how much is the outstanding. And then the LLC companies are wherein uh, let's say the partners needs to pay their money, but when it's an LLC, the bank or the lending company cannot go after the personal assets of the partners. Why? Because they say that whatever we have invested in the company is the money that you can take. My personal belongings are my personal belongings. This is normally the concept of LLC, means limited liability companies. So if I have invested $50 in the company, and the company grow, and then the value of that company becomes $1,000. Uh, I and my partner created the company like this LLC. So I have invested $50. My partners invested $50. So we both invested $100. Now the company has grown up to, let's say, uh, like $1,000 value. We have taken a loan of, let's say, $2,000. So what will happen? Once the bank comes to us, they can only take whatever the company's value at that time. Let's say the company value at that time is $1,000. They can only take that $1,000. They will not be going after our personal assets to 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 recover their $2,000. So this is the basic difference. When it's the partnership, they can ask for our personal asset to sell it. When it's sole establishment, they can ask us to sell our personal asset, and then they can take over their money. But in LLC, they can only go up until the money they can take from the business. And then there are some different type of corporations are there. Then the single person corporations are there. Then non-profit companies are there. Other companies so there are different type of companies. I just give you the idea about these three because these are the three different type of companies where we will be working more. So yeah. So once you select the type of the company, just click next. And then from which year you are calculating your tax from. Let's say you in America, it's January to December. So once December is there, you have to put all the numbers together and pay your taxes like by April or something. The same way in some of the countries, the end of the year is June, and then they have to submit their taxes by September or something. So these are different countries have different requirement. So right now for this exercise, we are selecting that my fiscal year starts from January, and of course once it starts January, so 12 months ends in December. So it means January to December is our fiscal year, and then they have to let's say whatever we have earned until December will be put forward as income or losses for the next year income, for the next year numbers. So this is what we are doing here. So let's select the start of our year is January. Click next. As per this is we are selecting as per the book. Okay. And then the administrative password. Here you can give the password. We will be using the same password which is given in the book. And then so let's test one more thing. Is it working or not? Okay. You see now it's correct. You cannot copy. So it means the software is working properly. So why I tested it and why it did not let me copy paste here? Any idea? I'm just pausing the recording so I can share with you about it. Yeah. So it didn't let us copy paste because system wanted to make sure that whatever we have updated in the first place, automatically it will be coming in the like you can type the same word with the same indent like capital or small letter with the numbers everything in the proper place in the second time as well. So that let's say if something is in my mind, I did not did the like capitalize or something here, And if I copy paste in the future, when I try to put the password, maybe I'll be continuously making mistake, because in my mind it's all capitalized, and right now I'm doing it without the caps on. So
Yeah.
system want us to make sure that whatever we are inserting, we know that what we are inserting, right? So that's why it did not allow me. And this is what I wanted to check. If we are unable to do that part, that means it's an error. Like it's the software bug that it is not letting us putting the information properly, right? So the next thing is click next, and then just click create. Create your company file. Just click next, and this is time when the company is actually updating it information in a place, like whatever we have selected, what type of company it is, what will be the business, and then based on that it will be creating all the vanilla sort of balance sheet and income statement items. So it need a place where I want to save everything. So right now we have a place like here, DJ rhythms, so we are saving it in the same place. DJ rhythms, I'm just saving it here. Let me type the name after it. DJ rhythms Raza, and today's date is 11.25.20. So I know that this is for this class. Save, and now it's created. So let me pause the recording so that we can save time in the recorded version. Okay. So now we are updating some of the thing uh, like customizing as per our requirements. So let's say next. And then what type of business we will be doing? Is it the services only or the products only? Or we'll be doing a business which is like both service and products. So give me some examples of service. So what type of services are there? Let's say barber shop. They are doing services, right?
Mm-hmm.
What else? What else? What are the other service industry? Like beauty salon, photography, what else? So that those are normally, or like me teaching. Teaching is a service only, like we only do,
Yeah.
right? What else? So these are all type of like the banking. Banking are the service only, right?
Yeah.
So these are different type of service industry. The next thing, products. It's a very vast field. Like you can see the Walmart,
Yeah.
all other companies are into this one. Like a small 7-Eleven shop, and these all the companies are products only. There are some companies which can be both services and products. Which companies would like will those be? Best Buy. Best Buy is selling you their items, at the same time they service or repair your products as well, right? If something happened to the TV or let's say the mobile or something, they have their own service people who can just the geek squad. They are repairing the products, right? So this is also possible. So there are different type of companies available for this exercise. We are selecting the services. Let me select it because this is not on this page, but I know based on my past classes that this is services only. Yeah. So we are on page number 145, services only. Do you charge sales tax? So you see, once we are in the service industry, we don't charge sales tax. Sales tax is on your like products. Like if you're selling something, the tangible assets, those are those you need to collect the taxes on behalf of the government on those type of things. So in our part, it is not required. And of course, based on the service industry, you can see that it is already recommended by the QuickBooks. One more thing, in some of the companies, whatever you are selling, even in banking, when you are charging some charges to the customer, you need to pay the taxes on that one. So in that part of the world, let's say in my country, if you are like selling your services or like the products, you need to charge tax. There's a specific amount of tax on each of the services or assets. So in those scenarios, I can be selecting yes. But right now for this exercise, we are selecting no. And click next. And then it says some business, do you want to create estimate in QuickBooks? Sometimes we are issuing estimate to our customers. Let's say if a customer come to us and then ask us how much he will charge in repairing this mobile, let's say. and then let's say we say that we'll be charging you, let's say $50, and then they will be asking us, okay, give me in writing. Or let's say I have a, you can say, I have a birthday party in my home. I want like how much you'll be charging for like your magician to come to our place and do presentation for 1 hour or something. Then we can give them the quote, like we'll be charging you like $100 or $200 per hour or something, and we will also sending you one more person as a helper for that magician. So he will be charging $50 an hour extra for that person. So based on the requirements, we are giving the estimates to the person. So if we are issuing estimates, we can select yes. And of course, we sometimes it is always helpful, and the same is already recommended by the QuickBooks. So just click yes and click next. The next thing is, do you want to use billing statements in QuickBooks? Of course, that's why the purpose of this entire QuickBook is to make statements and the report so that we can take wise decision, learned decisions, right? So of course we want it. Click all the type of reports are good for us. Do you want to use progress invoicing? Sometimes we are progress invoicing is mostly used in construction industry most of the time, when we are actually, let's say, we say that we are constructing this house, so we'll be charging you 25% once the construction starts, 25% once you, let's say, do the structure, 25% once you apply all the electric fixture and everything, and the last 25% will be once you complete the entire project, something like this. That's progress invoicing. As the project progress, you keep on invoicing and get your money. So let's say if we are doing that part, we can like select yes. So select yes and then click next. Then, do you want to manage the bills you owe? Of course, that's the reason we are working with the QuickBooks. Otherwise, we can go without any application, right? So we want every bills to manage properly managed, so that we don't forget the bills payments, bill on their due dates. So yeah, so we'll be selecting yes. Then the tracking time in QuickBook, if you want to track it, you can keep it. So it will help you. Let's say if you want to see how much you need to pay to your people, like the employees or the contractors, for the services they are paying, giving you. So yeah, if you want to have this time tracking, you can select yes. Click next. Next topic is, do you have employees? Right now we don't, as per the practice we are doing no, like as per the book. But let's say if you have employees, then there are two type of employees normally in your companies. uh, Either they are the W2 employees, like the your workers, or some of the people are your contractors. So depends on the type of people you hire, and based on the type of uh, employees you are having, you can select yes, and then you can select both, or select one of it, or you can select, if you don't have employees, you can select no, and then click next. And as per the exercise, you are selecting no. So now we will be using or updating the accounts. So let's okay. So select next. So beginning of the fiscal year. So when you want to start your system to track like QuickBook to start tracking your things. So we will be starting beginning of this fiscal year. Or let's say if you are in the middle of the year, you can also select from here, and then you can change the date. So let's say if you want to start from let's say 31st of, not 31st, let's say 15th of August, you can select 15th of August. But it allows you to do whatever you want. But the good practices or smart practices always create the account, or always uh, make the starting date for the QuickBook first of the month, or you can say the first of any month, or first of any quarter, or first of any half year, based on the number of transactions you have. Let's say if you have a transaction like 1,000 transactions per month, and if you say that I want to update it for the past 5 years, you can update it. Like if you are doing 12,000 transactions a year, it means to update like 5 years data, you have to update 60,000 transactions. 60,000 transactions. By the time you complete 60,000 transactions, the month has already gone forward. So you keep on chasing the numbers. So based on your numbers, like how much data you have, you'll be deciding that from which date you need to update the transaction, or you want to update the QuickBook. But of course, as soon as your data is updated in the QuickBook, your data will be ready for downloading different type of reports. So the more data, the earlier, or you can say the earlier date you selected, the earlier data is available for you to review. But let's say if you are working in a company which has like 7-Eleven, or let's say 7-Eleven, or let's say the example of Walmart, if they try to do the transaction for the past 5 years or for past 1 year, they will stuck. They will always keep chasing. It will become very difficult for them to get automated. So what they can do, they can like, I'm just giving the idea. Of course, Walmart is not using this into it. I'm just giving the idea of scenarios. Like if you have a lot of transactions, then what will happen? You need to choose the date. Like either you can start from the early this year, or you can select like from June, or let's say you can only start working from the last quarter, like starting from 1st of October. So based on that, you can start working with it. So it all depends on your scenario, how much data you have and how much data you can catch up. Like let's say if you are doing 100 transactions per month, so it means 100 transactions means in an entire year you are doing 1,000 transactions. So if 1,000 transactions, and in QuickBooks we know that we can update the data for, let's say if we have everything in our books, we can update the data 500 transactions, 600 transactions, or might be like more than that transactions in 1 or 2 days. So once we can update these transactions, so if even we have the data of, let's say 5 years, we can update for 5 years, because we know that only 5,000 transactions. So it means it will not take us more than like 15-20 days, and then we have a data which is like all the way back from 2015. So based on your scenario, you can decide whether from which date you want to update the data, and then that you can take it as your start date. So right now here we are taking our date as 1st of January 23, 0101 23. So again, you see, we have selected this date. Let's say if we have a data from 1st of January 2020, we can start it. If we have to update our data from 1st of January 2015, we can put it here, and then we can start updating all the data from this date. So once you click and select the date, click tab, and then next. So now you see most of the like business information, or you can say most of the items that is used in this type of business is already highlighted. So now you can like use any of these, like you can make or click further items, or you can uncheck any of the item if you don't want to use them. So let's see what type of services we are selecting here. Okay, so here we have some of the information, which is uh, we have to add 2 items. One is the equipment rental, and we have to add the interest income. So the type of business we are doing, sometimes we might need to rent some of the equipments, so we can add that expense in our like type of services. So let me add this expense, equipment rental. So interest income is already here, so I can just add this one. And then equipment rental. I'm looking for the equipment rental.
Here.
Right? So I can select these type of income. So it is my choice, like it is our choice. Which item we will be using in our business, we can select it from here. So once you select it, simply click next, and then select go to setup. So now we'll be adding some of the items which are like some of the customers that we have already, some of the products or services that we already are selling to our customers, and our bank accounts. So these are a few of the information that we'll be adding fast, and then we'll move towards the closing of today's class. Okay, I know that we are getting late, but just 10-15 minutes more. So let's start working with the vendors and customers. So let's say the people we are adding or doing business with. So select this one, add, and then you see if you have available the contacts are in your Outlook, you can download it from there. If you have it in the Gmail or Yahoo, you can do it. If you want to do it from the Excel, you can also download the name or the name of the customers or vendors from the Excel sheet, or you can enter them manually. So let's select this one as per the exercise and click continue. Now here comes the information. So let's say if you have the data available in Excel, you can always copy those names. Just make sure that your name, company name, first name, last name are all in the same sequence. Once you copy that, you can also paste it here. But right now we are doing it as per the book, which is like typing some of the information from the book. So the first information that we are updating is about customer, right? So we'll be selecting here customer, and the name of the customer is Landon Kathleen. So name is Landon, T-E-L-Y-N, Kathleen, and then click tab. Name of the company, we don't have it. First name is Caitlin, K-T-L-Y-N, and then the Landon, right? And the email address is alandon at email.com. And then the phone number is 718-379-0777. So we have address. So keep doing tab, so it will take you to the address portion. Then 7 Stanley Avenue. And then city is Brooklyn. New York 11206. The next thing is about the vendor. So you'll be selecting the vendor and then updating the address, which is NE Electric. So the name of the company will be NE Electric. And then the company name also is the same, so you can copy paste. Sorry, I think I made a mistake here because a lot of information is in the back side. NE Electric. Company name is same, so you can copy paste. Control C, Control V, and then the name of the first name is William Harbour. William, last name is Harbour, and then WHARBER at NE Electric. NEelectric.com. The number is 212 and then 654 1234. Then tab. Then address is 401W, sorry. 401W, 23rd Street. And then New York, NY 10004, right? And then anything else? No. So then we have updated the one customer and one vendor, and then click continue. So we don't have any further information. So here system will check if there is any mismatch, or sorry, not mismatch. If there is any contradiction, like the phone numbers or the email address, if those are same, system will give us that there's a problem or something, and then like there's a conflict or something, and then we can update it or correct it. But right now we don't have anything, so let's say that there's no there are 0 errors, and then we just need to click continue. So now we have updated the one customer, update one customer, one vendor. Now we'll be updating some part of the services. So what are the products and services we are selling? We are updating those. So what type of service we are selling? We are selling like the service. Click continue. So that is 110. Name of the product is 110 corporate. Corporate.
Base package.
Base package. Yeah, good. And then the description is live turntable, 1 DJ, light show, 1 hour, and then the price is 75. So of course the price means if they are doing it for 1 hour, then the price is 75, means this is the price of these description for 1 hour. So if someone asks for 2 hours, automatically that will multiply, but the price is there, so we can do that part. And the second service is 210. You can keep it blank and you can continue as well, but just because of the exercise we are doing it, you can also add them once you are inside the QuickBook. And you remember the items and services, we can update these things in the items and services directly as well. So 210 wedding base package, and it's again live turntable, 2 DJs, light show, 1 hour, and then the price is 150. So tab and 150. So once you have selected these two, you can just simply click continue. So we have added 2 services. Now we'll be adding some bank accounts. So click add. So account name is checking account. Account number is 456 789 and 8789. Right. Opening balance 45,000, and the date of opening balance was 12/12/31 point. Sorry. 12/31/22. And then we have, that's it. Yeah. So now we have updated some of the accounts. Just click continue. So right now we are not going for the, you can say, like sometimes we can update, like we can download the reports, or you can say bank feeds if you want to go with that one, or about the checks or anything. If you want to do with the QuickBooks, you can select yes. But right now, as per the exercise, we are saying no. We are not getting those services, and then you can just say simply continue. So we have created 1 bank account, 2 services, and 1 customer, 1 vendor. Just simply click start working. And then again, as we are doing it from the first class, like this is the institute software. So you're always selecting I'm not the admin, and then we just continue. Let's click OK. And then of course it will tell us that we can work with the multiple screen, like you can use more than 1 monitor, so that on 1 screen you can work, the other screen you can see the reports. So just to give you the idea that what new features are there, and then you can work with it. So we stop here. I think if I go further, then it will be like quite late. We stop here, and then we can just start working from the same place in the next class. But yes, using these information, you can see that we are already inside the company. And then the next class we'll be working how to work with the company. Like we have already created the company. Now we will be learning how to like create multiple customers, or how to update multiple vendors, multiple services. All of these type of things we'll be learning in the next class. Let me see. This one. Yeah. So just try to work until here. Like if you can in this class, like by next class, just try to bring your you can say the screen until this step, and then we can update all the other information, which is like we have to update a lot of information. There's a lot of learning in this class. So in the next class. So just one thing as a reminder, try to work, because we have only done a very small part of the creating a company today, uh, but we have done the exercises about the previous classes. So try to complete those exercises so that like I give you the page numbers from which page to which page, so that once you complete those pages, you will be more comfortable with all of the other things, like how to create, how to work with the customers, how to work with the vendors, how to work with the banking. And once you are completing this exercise, you'll be good for the entire course. Like you'll know how to create the companies, how to update all of these things at the first stage. And then in the regular business, like when you're working with the customers, vendors, or banking, how to update those information, and how to work with the bills and the invoices and payment of bills and receiving payments and all those sort of stuff, you'll be comfortable with. So that's it. So if you want, we can, like, if you have any question, we can, I'm here. Otherwise, like we'll continue in our next Tuesday's class. Sorry, Monday, right?
Yeah. Monday.
Okay, Monday's class. Yeah. Tell me if you are. Just let me. What was the